Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight.
Let's go!
Third! Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. No one. And of course, you're gonna get the coffin skin. Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the AEW Dynamite Sidecast here for this Valentine's Day 2024. Sorry, this was supposed to be a real fired up, a real excited moment to get started here today, but let's face it, if you're a sports fan right now, that's not everything that's on your mind right now. If you haven't heard, and I promise we will get to the wrestling here in just a moment, but I do need to get this out. If you didn't hear earlier today at the Kansas City Chiefs celebration for their Super Bowl win, which, you know, I still want the Bills to win, but that's minor at this point. At the end of the ceremony, as people were leaving, a number of assailants came out and just randomly started shooting people. One person has died. At least 9 kids were in hospital. 9 kids. Now, there's just been a report that just came out and said they're all going to be fine, which I don't give... don't get me wrong, I absolutely appreciate that. To me, it just feels that something needs to be done. I don't know. I'm a Canadian, so... Of course, our laws are different than their laws and that are in the States and that, but I hate to be a Helen Lovejoy here, but somebody look at what happened with the children here. I know shootings happen in schools, shootings happen all over, but seriously, what's it going to take for them to stop it? I would say thoughts and prayers to everybody that's involved. But my thoughts and prayers are with everybody at all times. I hope that everybody's okay. Like, I know there's a bunch of trampling injuries and whatnot, but it is, it's a very disgusting thing that happened, and I really do hope that things become a little more suitable, a little better for us as we go forward here, so... And I do hope that something gets done eventually. Like, hope against hope, I know, but maybe something with this much exposure as a Super Bowl celebration might be able to do something towards it. So let's hope. Let's just simply hope. But yeah, let's switch gears here. And yeah, personally, it was a great day up to that point for me here. We've actually physically caught up on all the videos on our YouTube channel, on the gaming channel, and the wrestling channel. I just about got all of next week's videos ready for the wrestling channel. And after I'm done here tonight, I just have to go plug in a few descriptors and a few thumbnails, and all the videos upcoming on our YouTube channel for the gaming side are going to be ready to go here. Tomorrow, the new Suicide Squad is going to start being up there. And then Suicide Squad Thursday. My venture into Fortnite on Christmas Day Friday. The NFL Blitz games are on the weekend that we played here last Sunday. Then Monday, Horizon Zero Dawn. And you can check out the rest on the page there. Mainly because my memory sucks some days. I do believe the Tekken arcade run through starts on Tuesdays, but do yourself a favor, go check out the YouTube channels, subscribe to both. It does help us out as we're getting closer to 500 subs. We can start to work on a few extra things for you guys. And yeah, other than that, getting some stream prep ready for, once again, just want to remind everybody, starting in March, after Revolution, we are going to be doing both AEW Dynamite and AEW Collision simulcasts immediately followed, of course, starting on the Saturday, by WWE 2K24 GM Mode Season 2 right on the channel here. We'll go for about a 5-minute break or so as I get the video rendering for the Sidecast. And then I can just upload it as we get going here during the show. So, but yeah, it's about fun time. I'm gonna have a few other announcements about stuff we're gonna get into here once we get closer to March here, and I want to finish off what we have right now. Right now it's Horizon Zero Dawn, which hopefully we can get through on Monday. Did a little grinding last night to up ourselves to hopefully have enough ability to get through the last 3 levels that we need to do. And then Suicide Squad, we're back on that tomorrow. Just a quick note, it's probably going to be an early stream tomorrow, as I want to be around for the Xbox presentation coming down at 1 o'clock. So, hell, for all we know, that might actually happen. Might actually happen here live. So, we'll see what happens here. We'll play it by ear, as the kids say. But yeah, look, I'm just looking down here at the card for tonight, and this Dynamite that we got coming up here tonight is really understated for how well it should be here. You got Nicolas and Matthew Jackson taking on Top Flight, which is really getting a focus right now because of Black History Month. The vignettes that went out today about Black History Month from AEW were featuring Top Flight, so that's always a good thing. You got Dax Harwood making a Dynamite appearance, taking on Jon Moxley. This might be sort of foreshadowing what might be coming up in the future here, because Cash Wheeler has his charges in Florida that he has to deal with. So, and then we're also getting in Texas, of all places, they're finally doing one in Texas. A Texas Deathmatch between Orange Cassidy and Matt Taven. Like, who would have known Orange Cassidy would be in a death match, 3 weeks before Revolution? Yeah, I guess it would be 2.5 weeks before Revolution here. So, you want to wear yourself out quick, that's one way to do it, my friends. And then, of course, we also have Skye Blue taking on Willow Nightengale in the women's division here, which Skye having her big turn joining with Julia Hart, and the momentum that both these ladies are getting, and the push that Willow was getting in ROH especially. This is going to turn out to be a great match, I feel. We're going to get the latest vignette from Toni Storm. And then in our main event, we got Adam Copeland taking on Daniel Garcia. Yes, please. We'll give that the coin right now. I don't know, I'll give it the horn quite yet. It looks like it's going to be exciting, but I don't know how over the top exciting it will be. Well, I don't want to give it that extra je ne sais quoi of excitement yet. But yeah, it's top to bottom. This card here, while it doesn't have the Hangman Swerve pop that you get out of that match, I feel it's going to have something similar to, somewhat similar feel to what we had last week in terms of the quality of the matches we're going to get. Like, let's face it, I would say I know we have to watch a little bit of Collision to figure some of this stuff out, but it seems like a lot of the matchups here may not have that overlining story that we all know about just from watching on Dynamite, but AEW's been getting better at trying to sort things out and trying to make things look better for that. So, oh, and Tony Khan also tweeted out a Valentine's Day tweet. I think it was something. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Hey, Mr. Zoyak, how you doing tonight? Just talking about how Tony Khan just put out a tweet earlier today, Or an X post, whatever the hell you want to call it. Sorry, I didn't exactly copy it the way I should have there. Tony Khan. Here we go. AEW Dynamite is red, AEW Dynamite is blue until the Wednesday after Revolution, when we'll have a brand new set for you. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Kind of shit today? Huh. I know it's been one of those weird days. Like, I'll be frankly honest. Valentine's Day every year gives me anxiety, and I don't need to get into a whole bunch of that. But even today, after what happened, I went off about it before the show here. So basically, somebody's got to smarten up and figure something out. I'm just happy that there's a little bit of relief coming through right now. It's too early to really discover what the fallout's going to be of the whole thing, but what was I talking about? If you haven't heard it, like I said, you can go back and listen to the full details at the beginning because it is a little sensitive for some people, but at the Kansas City Chiefs celebration for this winning the Super Bowl, immediately following as people were leaving, there were a number of gunmen that opened fire in Union Station in Kansas City. One person died. It looks like, and numbers are going to be fuzzy right now, but it looks like about 24 people got injured, including 9 kids. And from what Mercy Hospital, the VP of nursing just came out and said, all the children that were brought in here seem to be recovering, which physically is great. Mentally, I don't know what the hell's going to happen here, but I digress. But yeah, no, don't apologize. For me, Valentine's Day just sucks in general, like I find. Is it just me, or is the crowd just mic'd up differently or quiet right now? Because it looks like they're filled up for a bit. One thing I do like about AEW here, I love Wrestle Talk right in the front row. Sorry, just completely squirrel moment there. I love that. But the other news that came down from AEW this week, and I find it a little, I don't want to say ironic, but it's sort of under the category of what we already knew about when it came to being a fan. You had QT Marshall, who had his AEW time end at the end of end of December. So he wanted to go test out and actually wanted to become a top wrestler in certain promotions, right? Well, in the last, apparently he is now re-signed with AEW to a backstage contract. Like, it's nothing to do with on camera or in the ring. It's solely just backstage. Apparently he is working on, and this is all according to Fightful Select, so he's helping set up Dusty's old promotion down in, I don't know whether it's in Georgia or Florida. Moxley planting a good little kiss on Valentine's Day. That's always cool. was nice. Hey, Mr. Vic, how you doing today? Hope you're doing well, sir. I will say this. This day will be a roller coaster of emotions. Happy Valentine's Day, you stud muffin. Where do I have one here? I don't know if you stud muffin applies. That's why I gave you that one. Ugh. But thank you regardless. I appreciate it. No, it is really a roller coaster of emotions on a day like this. And it's just good to have wrestling on a Wednesday to sort of, get the blasés out. So is Moxley tonguing Dax's ear or is he biting it? That's the one thing we got to worry about on Valentine's Day. Yeah, we get Copeland Garcia tonight. Orange Cassidy in a death match. That is going to be very interesting to me as well. And I know the whole story about Copeland and Garcia apparently started on Collision on Saturday. And now the fact that they're starting to integrate the shows back and forth a little bit more, I'm actually looking forward to seeing if watching both shows is going to have an effect on that. So we've already gotten the kissing out of the way tonight, so that's always a bonus, right? Oh, that big business is going to be a fun show. The one just come up here. By the way, I just I'm pretty sure I lined up more kiss on Valentine's Day. We got to have that in every match tonight. And I'll be perfectly honest, I was all setting up to bring up all the Valentine's Day Massacre stories coming up, but in light of what happened earlier today, I don't think I'm going to use that a whole lot here. Just so we're clear, folks. I try to be sensitive once in a month, and it just seems like it's appropriate today. And thank you for the another 2,000 towards the How the Ref Would Book challenge. Let's see where we're at on that. Holy moly, we're almost halfway there. 65,000. For those that are new and don't know, we do have a points challenge here on Twitch. Costs you absolutely nothing except watching stuff with me here and accumulating points and sending them off on that way. The challenge is once I get to 150,000 points, I have to do one of those booking videos of how I would book a certain scenario and whatnot. So, and judging how the drama has been going on in WWE over the last few weeks, you guys can pretty much bet on what's going to be happening for my first video. And I know I'm not talking much about this match, but it's pretty much where we expected. Brawling all around the ring, brawling around outside. I would love to see Dax win this match, just because Moxley usually wins everything. If we could find some way to change that. Oh, Dax in the ring post. So just an update for you guys, I guess on the How the Ref Will Book challenge. Because you guys have put such great support behind me here, I have ordered the prompter. It's also going to help me on the streams too, because I can put you guys in terms of the chat right there while I literally in front of the camera, so I can read your comments and straight talk to you instead of doing the old Twitch thing, all pun intended there. Oh, Rampage starting. Okay. Always love that Liger bomb when we get it like that. But yeah, the next few weeks, Rampage is going to be a little bit all over the place. And possibly Collision? Oh, sorry, that's next month, not this month. Because during March Madness, apparently they're moving Rampage onto Wednesday, from what I've heard. Oh, sorry, got to hit that mute button. Sorry, I was a little late on that. You know, certain companies aren't paying me extra, so I ain't going to pay them extra. But yeah, March will be a little interesting how they're ping-ponging things around. And, but it is nice to see here, just sort of getting back to the match here. They're actually going to be looking at possibly getting BCC versus FTR as a group, as a tag match. I'd love to see that. They're trying to do that count out spot during the picture-in-picture. It doesn't work as well when you can't hear the referee. I guess visually, if you're looking at it, you'll definitely... Because when you watch picture-in-picture, you don't really expect to see anybody get counted out during... Like, I think we've only had, one match end in the picture-in-picture? Period. I don't know if we're going to officially get our next one coming up next Tuesday on NXT. If you guys didn't hear a over-the-top spot by Shotzi Blackheart in her match with Lyra Valkyria that was recorded last night for next week. Apparently Roxy got injured, or Shotzi got injured, going over the top and hurting her leg, and apparently couldn't put any weight on her leg, so they actually canceled the match mid-production. They might actually not even have... They might not even show that match now, so they could conveniently book it right out of things here, so... The advantage of being taped. But are you guys ready for Revolution? Like, Revolution's only, 2.5 weeks away? I know we still got a bunch of the card to figure out here. Like, I think we got Purrazzo and Storm for the Women's Championship. We got the three-way for the men's. We got Sting and Darby versus the Bucks. And right now we're not really set on much of anything else, I think. Unless some stuff got set up on Collision, but... we will see how that goes here. Oh, here we go. Back from picture in picture now, finally. That commercial felt like forever. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, I do expect that Dash might end up having to work a lot of singles going forward here. All depending on what happens with this case with Dax in Florida there about pulling a gun out on somebody, which, let's face it, just stupid. And I will say that will probably alter a lot of storylines going forward, because I have to guess, and like, if you guys have been keeping track while we've been here, I mentioned my whole storyline of how we're going to get FTR versus the Young Bucks at Wembley for the Tag Team Championships, where that all starts at Revolution here. Because I truly do believe the EVPs are going to win at Revolution, and Sting's going to go out on his back like he... Oh, I thought Moxley was going to do the headbutt spot into the nuts. But how's your week been, guys? I know that I know Zodiac, you said yours is a little shitty. If you need to discuss, we are an open space here. Or even if you need to message me after, feel free if you need to. But I hope your week's better than Moxley's chest after that chop. Jesus. On the good old-fashioned back rake. And it makes you wonder if he actually even has nails on his fingers. Harwood's not going down. Who would have thought hanging onto the ropes would provide extra inspiration there? Oh, there it is. Like he's hulking up on the hanging onto the ropes there. Oh, here we go. Trying to set up for that. I was thinking he's probably going to go for that elbow, but very nice, very nice, very nice. But yeah, we're on that road to revolution here, and I think it's going. Yeah, his chest is purple, but I find with Moxley, he bruises really easily regardless. And maybe he's just being purple trying to help Renee with Valentine's Day. Yeah, that was a very lame joke, but... My God, they are acting like sheep here. Just trying to butt each other's heads. Who's going to get the bigger space? Do they have a skyline? Oh my. I will give you that. Skyline hotels in that city? Possibly. I heard the stories about that. New Year's Day in New York. Oh, he called it a sharpshooter this time. Last time Dax hooked that up here on Dynamite, Excalibur was insistent on calling it the Scorpion Deathlock. Watch this go to a time limit draw just like last week. It's not a number one contenders match. Should only be allowed to go 20 minutes, right? Oh my goodness. Dax getting dirty here. Oh no, look out. Oh! The Arn Anderson, I love it. I absolutely love that. Dax paid tribute to Arn Anderson with the fake out into the pile driver. For those that aren't familiar, Anderson used to do it with a DDT. You would bend over to miss the clothesline, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, your head's driven into the mat. At least Mox kissed his Valentine, so did Dax. Absolutely. Oh, I don't have any hard... Oh, Moxley. And then the cutter out of nowhere. And the stomp. In the pile driver. How you doing tonight, Jay Quick? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Oh, geez, that was funny. Let's use every finisher of all the top stars in WWE and kick out. I used to live when Arn Anderson used to do that. So what, are you not living now? I get what you're saying, though. I'm just funny. Oh, used to love. Okay. Horrible autocorrect for Valentine's Day. Boo, autocorrect. That's right. That's funny. Yeah, that autocorrect is not going to like that. Autocorrect is horrible for that right now. Throw the boo out for that. Oh, no. That was good. That's a good finish. If that's going to be the finish. I know I'm ahead of some of you, but I'm not that far ahead. We need more live in the world, autocorrect. Moxley's not letting go. Reverses. DQ. Oh, and here comes Cash. Yeah, we do need more love in the world, period. And not that commercial love stuff. On the neutralizer out of nowhere. Hey, Andre, how you doing there tonight, sir? Hope you're doing well. Everybody just piling in tonight. Hell of a match between Dax and Mox right off the bat here. Just finished eating homemade pizza? I'll take that bonus. That is awesome. Haven't turned AEW on yet? Oh. Like, are they trying to write off FTR right now or what? Not planning to watch it today? Oh, that sucks. I will say this, like, they didn't advertise any huge matches, but... Well, thank you. I do appreciate it, Andre. But they're advertising some good matches here tonight. Copeland versus Garcia. Cassidy versus Taven in a death match, which means the entire Undisputed Kingdom will be there. Uh-oh. What is Renee not wearing tonight? Holy crap. I guess it is Valentine's Day. You gotta take it up another level, so. Yep, Skyline Hotel confirmed. Oh my God. Tapped him out the lion tamer. Yeah, that's right. They just announced for Revolution we're getting Konosuke Takeshita versus Will Ospreay. So, yeah, that's going to be one hell of a fun match here. Are we getting a Wardlow squash now? Yeah. Ugh. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know if we even really need this. Because this is going to be what? 45 seconds? 60 seconds? Well, Barrett Brown's about to be disposed of rather quickly. But yeah, now we got Callis' gold. Yeah, you know what? As much of a carny piece of you-know-what-y that he is, and I'm sorry, he's like that in real life. It's not just a gimmick. It's not just a hair club for the men. He's a client. Including that Gorbachev blotch he has on his head. I swear, as soon as that heals, he's going to go back to being a face. So they didn't even wait. They brought Cole right out to ringside during the promo. Oh, he's not even waiting. Yeah, good night. I will say this. Of course I'm going to say this. That's what I do here. But anyway, anybody that wears knee braces, having to do that knee move like that, that should be illegal. Just speaking as a fan, I don't care if there's one small pad. Adam Cole has not said a single word since he's been on commentary. That's great. I'm glad they spent a lot of money to follow him up. They're putting Copeland and Garcia now? Oh, the wedgie bomb. Good old wedgie bomb. I still would have done the foot on the chest, but... Shivani just hates Cole, period, because of Britt. Let's call a spade here. So they literally didn't do anything with Cole after they just showed up. Yeah, think you'd find a cleaner by now? Or you think he might get pulled over by the cops because something looks weird? Also, like, I smell. The smell of those... The smell of blood all over those outfits, like, I don't know. Now, it'd be really funny if they actually came out with t-shirts that looked like they were covered in blood like that. Now you're going to start making some money off that. Other than that, just, you know. Is that all they're going to wear for the next 2 months? Or the next month? If they end up beating Darby and Sting at the pay-per-view, do they wear the same outfit? Man. So, Chad, here's a question for you. Like, just as we saw Matthew and Nicolas there, how much has this build-up work towards making you feel good about that whole match with Sting and Darby versus the Bucks of Revolution? Has it got you any more interested in it? Because let's face it, it is the feature match of the show. Whether it closes the show out, I would hope so, but also at the same time, if the Bucks are going to win, it might not be as cut and dry as that. Like, let's face it, Joe versus Swerve versus Hangman is probably going to be one of the top matches you're going to see, period, this year. Because you've seen what Swerve and Hangman did, but not really. Sting is going to eat the pin regardless, but it would have been better if it was Sting versus Darby. Yeah, I get why most fans would think why. Sting made this call, and from every report I've read, that's exactly what happened here. Sting made the call on this. It wasn't Tony. Basically, Tony Khan told him, you can have whatever match you want, and he picked this one. And I think it was mainly because the EVPs were the ones that helped him out. And plus, they also had that history from Impact, right? Because in the early days of Impact, post-TNA, I do believe Sting and the Bucks were both down there as part of Generation Me. That was a hell of a gimmick there. Actually, no, the Bucks would have been there sooner than that. It's his last match. It's his call, so whatevs, but I don't think it's best way to go. Oh, absolutely. I'll give you that. I totally agree with you on that case. That it should be more of a... It should be a one-on-one match and putting somebody over. Sort of like what Taker was supposed to do with the streak, right? Well, we all know how that ended out. It ended up... he ended up losing to Redacted there at Mania. You know it's bad that we have to have two different people called Redacted now? Oh, here we go. Copeland's gone to the vest now, so that's cool. Like how Kurt Angle went out to Baron Corbin. I know there's a lot more to it, and I like Corbin, but come on. Yeah, like... I will say that I love the... I really need to keep track of how many times I say, you know... I'd like to say this when I'm just going to say it anyway, but anyway. Like I was talking about the booking video that I'm planning on doing, the inspiration of it obviously is Adam Blampied, who is now retired from doing that stuff. But he had a great one about Kurt Angle's retirement match. And the guy he picked was Chad Gable, which would have been the obvious choice. Adam Blanquet? No, Blampied, you know, it's an English guy with a French name. Adam's an inspiration on a lot of things. Booking videos aren't one of them right now. Even though I'll have to get him in that... Maybe I'll have to get him in on one of these sometime. I love how Mike Menard is typically a mouthpiece on his own, but now he's just basically a father figure to Garcia. Oh, security's doing some running, so obviously something's going down, or there's a stupid sign back there. Oh no, Christian is going to kill him then? Yeah, exactly. Because I know Christian, I do believe Patriarchy was going after the Acclaimed lately. Let's face it. Christian versus Billy Gunn. Yes, please. I'll take that, please. Anytime, please. So I'm just wondering if the crippler crossface is like the second Canadian finisher. If you don't do the sharpshooter, you do the crossface. Christian versus Billy Gunn in a retirement match would make sense on so many levels. I just don't think Billy would ever do a singles match anymore. There's no real reason for him to do it. And plus, you know, right now he has to deal with Anthony Bowens and Future Redacted. You notice we haven't seen anything about Max Caster since he made that Vince McMahon comment in his rap at A1. Oh, yeah. I just forgot to mention that too on this. That came up on the screen here. Oh, at Ethan Page's promotion in Hamilton, A1 Wrestling, Caster came out and did his typical rap with the to start out, but unfortunately he brought McMahon and the NDAs into the rap. And some kind of grooming, and I saw it, but it's been so long. We've had so much information fed to us. I personally forgot most of it, but it almost feels like he got slapped pretty good on that one. Just look up Max Caster AEW McMahon rap, or Max Caster McMahon rap. You should be able to find it anywhere. Wow, I grabbed that wrong. Menard getting pissed as he sees the dancing. That's always great. But yeah, ever since then, I don't think I've seen Caster or the Acclaimed on TV, unless they were on Collision a couple times. So we're getting 2 promo spots. Well, we got two promo spots and 3 matches. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be interesting to see that our main event is a death match, and they're only gonna get about 10 minutes to do it. Yeah, I'd have to say that Taven's probably going to win that death match, just for the fact that the Undisputed Era is going to clean house on that. Yeah, a lot of these guys have to smarten up with what they're doing these days in terms of their comments and whatnot, and just read the room a little bit better. I find so many people just don't know how to read rooms anymore. Like, you could go for the shock value all you want, but sometimes there's a difference between being shocked and being upsetting. And if you're going to be upsetting, people just aren't going to watch you. That's one of that's sort of the fine line you gotta walk through here. As you see, Garcia, I'm glad he's getting a lot of offense here. Decent pace of the match, nothing overly exuding here, but... Oh, have any of you guys, since the price drop on AEW... I don't think it's bad. What he said was that bad. It's not like he painted Vince in a great light. No, he didn't. But the fact that even Vince is mentioned right now when everybody's trying to scrub him worse than I try and clean my dinner dishes. It's not, it's just best not even to mention him right now. And that actually happened on the day of all the extra accusations coming out, I do believe. And plus all the fall through from the Rumble and whatnot, where Triple H didn't help things at all, and it just felt like, yeah. I'm with you. I think it is a little overreactionary, but it's also over being necessary for me personally, but yeah, question for you guys. Now that AEW Fight Forever has dropped in price, I think what Triple H did is more offensive than what Caster did. Easily. WWE has had so many L's in the last month here that they could be known as the Ottawa Senators or the Atlanta Falcons, whichever way you want to go with that. But the question I have for you guys, now that they dropped the price on AEW Fight Forever, has anybody else picked it up extra? I do, basically just for the content's sake, I am probably going to pick up Season 3 with Swerve and Jamie, and we'll end up playing it on here on... Blackhawks. We're going to lose. We lose like we're getting back-to-back ones. We don't even got to steal it. Here's the thing. That number one pick, if you guys get it this year, and this is coming from a guy whose team ended up getting number one overall picks at nauseum, it's not as guaranteed as you thought. Personally, I'd love to see it just so I could see the NHL burn. Because as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to the NHL, you can attempt to decapitate somebody with your stick just because he shot a goal on an empty net a little bit too hard for your liking and only get 5 games for it. God, those camera views are horrible. Sorry, as Garcia's wailing on Copeland, you can see a good 4 or 5 inches in between. Oh, there you go. Move the camera away from that. Garcia's got to learn to be a little more snug. I get trying to protect the old guy, but still. Garcia is just so good in the ring. Like, I don't know if you guys got a chance to see some of the indie stuff he did before coming to AEW, but there's been so much there. Oh, so they're running Georgia right after the Carolina show, which that should be interesting. That is Rhodes country, and I got a feeling we're going to have an Ospreay feud coming out of that, so... That's going to be the beginning of the road to Swerve versus Ospreay at All In. Yes, they're going to prep that in about 6 months in advance here. At least the elbows look like they're hitting for once. Don't kick my leg out of my leg. Ooh. That looked like it hurt. Instead of a dragon screw, it was more of a drop arm hold on the foot. Another superplex. I hope they don't hit it. It's going to be a damn it D'Lo moment. No. Well. I love how they called that an avalanche impaler, but yeah, that ended up being a suplex. Yeah, whatever works, I guess. Copeland setting up. Nice counter. Well, that was Nick Wade. I thought that was Hook for a second there. I'm like, what the hell? Why is Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus going after Danny Garcia? He just doesn't want to face anybody. So are they going to do what they did with the heavyweight title picture? Just throw everybody in there? Oh, concertos all around. Yep, there it is, Luchasaurus. So now Menard's going to eat the concerto. No. Won't let him sneak outside, dang you. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay. I've never... Mother Wayne. I guess it is Valentine's Day. We've had kisses. Now we've had ball rubbing. Well, here comes concerto number 2. So is he going to... All right, yep. They're going to do the same spot again. Except, what are we going to... Is somebody going to come out and save this now? No, there's going to be some music. Never mind. Well, folks, I don't think we're getting Copeland at Revolution. This is why you're not having to close the show. This is how you extend a feud a little bit longer. Unless Copeland miraculously recovers and demands a TLC match. That I could see happen. That's where the end game's going to be for these two as enemies, right? As enemies, you have to assume that Christian's going to end up in a TLC match with Copeland. All right, more kissy tonight. We should almost do a kiss count tonight for all the... Maybe we are going to get Garcia and Christian. I would love to see Garcia end up with the TNT Championship. Because it almost feels like that's where it should be on somebody young like that. So we head to the commercial break here, and it's going to throw an ad up in a minute, so I might as well just do it now while they're in an ad break. So I love the fact that we get such a slow burn on AEW builds. Sometimes they can be guilty of being a little bit too slow, but it isn't like you have to set up for a PLE coming up in every three to 4 weeks, right? Like right now, this is literally the longest stretch that WWE has had between shows right now. They do have the, I'm sorry folks, but it's still a glorified house show out in Perth. All these ones, Bash at Berlin, even, well, Money in the Bank can be considered one of the big four now, pretty much, because Survivor Series is and it isn't. TLC match at Copeland, Lucha Kill Switch will turn on Wayne and cause Christian to go on a journey, lead to reunion of Colt. I love that thinking. I love that idea. Survivor Series is a shell of its former self. They're trying to do something with War Games about it, but it just... If they would just go back to their roots of what Survivor Series originally was, there was people with similar ideals who had enemies on other sides battling each other. If they would just go back to the old-fashioned concept. I know they say people don't have an attention span for it, but there's so many good wrestlers there that I would expect that you would have the ability to have good matches there, right? Seems perfect for today's climate. Well, I hate to say it, but yeah, everybody has the attention span of a gopher these days. I do find that a lot of my videos, once we shorten them down, they do get a little bit more... Sorry, I thought somebody was talking to me. It was actually one of the valves from upstairs. Hooey. But I find the shorter videos do get a little bit more play on my channel here at times. We'll test that theory out again this weekend. So I was hopping back and forth about this, talking about the AEW Fight Forever DLC that's come out. I am going to try and pop up some time here where we can check out Swerve and Jamie Hayter, as well as that new beach match that you can do. Because apparently they have, like, instead of a backstage brawl, they have a beach scenario. Plus, they have a paid package for the characters, but an unpaid for a bunch of skins and a bunch of new moves and all that. Which I will check out after. I'm probably going to check that out after the stream here tonight. Fire up the old Xbox and see what's coming up on there. But if I do get into the Strickland and the Hayter, I will try to get on stream with it. If not, I'll throw it up on the YouTube page. I'd like to get it up for next weekend if I can. If not, set it up for the Revolution weekend, the 2nd and 3rd. But as we're getting set up here, getting towards the new AEW Dynamite and Collision sidecast is going along. Okay, so Copeland's not deemed done. He managed to walk out. My God, do I wish I looked as stylish as Samoa Joe. Like, I'm not any respect am I calling him overweight at all. He is absolutely great figure. But for a guy that carries himself as a bigger man, I love how he dresses and how all of his suits fit so perfectly and how he carries himself as a champion. Just absolutely phenomenal. Shout out to his one of his biggest rivals and AJ Styles. Hey, Wendy. This crowd absolutely loves him. My name is Samoa Joe, and I am the advocate for myself. So he's taking credit for the ranking system. Even though time limits are supposed to be 20 minutes in AEW. Ha! I love Joe. Texas is bigger and dumber. I think he made that joke so well that the fans didn't even get it because they were booing it. Hey, you know what? I love this aggressiveness out of Joe. Carries himself so well. All right, here comes Swerve. Oh, there's Nana. Let's get ready. And a blue rose. God, then I swerve when I drive and I'm going a little crazy. And I gotta get a spin because they're always gonna win and Joe's gonna... Okay, I gotta think of better rhymes next time. That's gonna be my goal for the week. Come up with better rhyme. I think the girls in the crowd did it better than I did. I'll be the first one to say that. All right, what do you got to say, Swerve? An acceptable L on the females doing it better. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I will. Yeah. Swerve just completely lost his promo there. Oh my, that was hilarious. Oh, it's got to come from the kids in the ref strips. I want to know what they said. I don't mind him calling himself a goat. Uh-huh. Think he already is. Uh-huh. Yeah, well, you unintentionally got back involved in that Sting match, right? No, I don't think so, and I don't think you're winning either. I think Hangman eats the pin just so Swerve can't get the title. Okay. Okay. But Hangman, you haven't beaten Swerve at all. And that's the whole confusing part about this whole thing. Why would you be added if... You know, realistically, they were trying to do this double turn. I love heel Paige. Yeah, like. I love this. I love Joe. How he. Everybody's like, oh, this is about these two. No, no, no. This is about me. Not you two. It's about me. You guys handle your little domestic abuse. And Joe's looking at the crowd. It's like, baby. It was just a smooth heel turn, too. Didn't do anything cheesy. Just everyone doing so well. So one thing about AEW, I find, and it's also a positive and a minus, that there's not a ton of, like, you don't have to be a solid heel or a solid face. Uh-oh. Toni Storm, black and white film. Teat of talent. So she's getting a cover up. Okay. I can tell people are going to love Deonna. Because, yeah, that's... You can't tell me that little black and white film isn't going to be clipped all over the internet right now. Doesn't even look like... Just the way the lighting hit Matt there. Or Matthew, sorry. It almost looked like he still had the blood on the face. Matthew is getting it. You talk too much. But I love how this story is going to end up here. I don't know who's going to win that match. I'll be frank. Tony's doing a great job with it, but do we want to see Toni and Mercedes, or do we want to see Deonna and Mercedes? That's the question we got right. That's the word we can go with here. Oh, and for the record, I haven't watched Succession, so I didn't get the reference at all. I would love to see Sting and Darby come out and just attack the Jacksons after the match here. Just a little tit for tat. We got to get things rolling towards the pay-per-view. And sort of give us a little bit of fire and a little bit of understanding as to how much we care about this match, or are supposed to. Icons are forever our VIPs. Taz just healing it up here. I love it. All right, I don't know how I'm thinking this will probably be a good 10-minute match here. I can't see it being a complete squash. King Mike, hey KJ, how you doing? Ref Mike, King Mike. I've been called many words. We've been called many different words here, but hope everything's going well tonight. As we're checking out Dynamite here. It's been an interesting episode so far. We've had a domestic dispute in the ring. We've had best friends beat each other up. I was watching the Toronto-Boston game right before, to the end of the first period. So then, AEW's been picking it up lately, I find. It's actually been a real good show so far. So no Collision this week. Interesting. I really wonder if they're gonna cancel Collision the week of WrestleMania. I love Taz as a complete suck up right now. If you guys aren't hearing it there. But yeah, watching Top Flight here, just you do this is if you could just strip away the gimmicks and just have the straight match, this would be a lot of fun. This will be a lot of fun, but at the same time, Matt's insisting on the fist bumps and it ain't working. I do appreciate how they use And now they just introduced a brand new show on the YouTube channel. Now they got two. Anyone here gonna check out when Johnny Loves Taya? Then there's Up Close with Renee Young. Sorry, enjoys the hiccups right now. Forgive me, guys. Yeah, I don't know if you got a chance to watch anything tonight, but we were all commenting about what Renee's not wearing tonight, in the words of Jerry Lawler. And we've come to the confirmation, thank you to Zodiac here, that Mox and Renee are just getting ready for the Starlight View Hotel here, so. But it's nice here, watching Top Flight go, like, this has to be, personally, I have to consider Top Flight the unluckiest team in AEW. Because if somebody's not getting a knee injury, somebody's getting an arm injury, these guys haven't been able to work together in months. Now they're starting to get a bit of a roll with Action Andretti here. Well, eventually the fourth distraction got him. How is... I just noticed this, guys. I didn't realize Matthew's wrestling in the entire tux the whole time. Like, you would think, they take the tux jackets off. But I guess that's part of the gimmick, so... Yeah, I know, they both are. But at least Nicolas, he knows how to unbutton it at least. Unless Matt just did it. I love that. Now, did they collect blood until the match? No, I think they just do the... I think the blood they're just looking is for Sting's blood, right? Sting and Darby. I don't think they're going to get anything specific. There you go. Now Nicolas is... Even though he had to tuck in the shirt following the... just before the neck breaker there. It's a subtle details, but... At least now he looks like he is ready to compete. Because all wrestlers enjoy wrestling in vests, right? Ew. But same trope again, going to the corner. I really wonder what they're going to have for season 4 here for Fight Forever. Maybe they can get the Bucks in this bloodstained jacket and that, right? It's amazing to see like the Bucks being... One thing I like about the Bucks right now is the fact they took just that little bit of time off to redirect themselves in a little direction here. But then you see with this character and it just feels so different and so good. Not good as a good guy, it's just good feeling that... Like overprivileged, spoiled brats is sort of like their best motif to have. If we get that hot tag to Dante here, there's going to be flying going on. And the pace of this match is just going to totally go... That was inventive. Sort of like a one-man sliced bread into a kick there. Or an assisted Pele kick, maybe? I don't know. Oh, there's the tag. It's almost like Matt's not giving him the room to do any of the high stuff. Oh, wow. That was a nice little mod there. Oh, now we got the 2 heart section. I don't know if I missed those before, but... All right, that looked a lot higher than it should have. wonder if they realized Nicholas wasn't legal there at that point. Oh, God. Oh, and there. Damn it, D'Lo. Sorry, if you watch OSW review, you know exactly what that reference was there. Using the same spot 2 times in a show. I do understand that they used a pile driver in the first match on that. I love that Taz talks about getting fined. One time during the pay-per-view, they just got... One of those guys has to turn around and say, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Rolling through. Very nice. Nicholas knew that was, yeah. A lot of people talk about being suspect about watching people wait till the 2 count. There's actually a decent strategy behind that. You do want to wait till you hit 2 because... Jesus! If you wait till 2, at least you get to wait with your partner, right? You get your partner a little breath, a little bit extra. That extra second can mean lots, right? But we're EVPs. We can do whatever we want. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Gambag Yahtzee. That was a very nice low blow. Well, that's elementary then. Glad they're using a cheat to finish. Gives you that feel of, you know, they're really heels in this case. Our EVP. Get that side out of here. Of course, the EVPs are going to get this as their move of the night. Damn. Then a leg slap on the low blow was hilarious. I didn't even notice, but it actually makes a lot of sense. Uh-huh. Great team. Don't remember what the name is. Well, of course you're going to set this up. It's been 1 week. $1,000 for that? You're not going to help him up. No, 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 no. Well, Darby's here at least. All right, same deal. Ah, talk about Cody. There's a Cody chance. Okay. Ha! What's wrong with Brandon? He's a good guy. Chad Cody, he bailed. Hey, you know what? He got him signed. Credit where credit's due. You guys are the EVPs. You make it official. What are you asking? He's making it official. All right, we know the Bucks are going to win the titles and Sting's going to eat the pin. All right, we got 2 matches to go and we got just over half an hour because you know they're going to take a little extra time here. So, like I said, this still isn't fans, not Darby. Still, as much as I have issues with Cody wanting to steal the scene, AEW would be bigger if he didn't turn his back on it, right? I'll be frags though, yeah. When it comes to Rhodes, he is absolutely one of the key reasons why it was successful as it was early. But in the position that he booked himself and the refusal to go heel, well, let's put it this way. When he went into getting the TNT Championship and he could no longer fight for the AEW World Championship, the only way that he was ever going to get out of that rut of just being a TNT guy off and on 500-time champion was if he decided to go heel and just cancel that pledge that he made, that he was never going to go for the championship again. And let's face it, as he was getting near the end there, when he was dealing with Sammy and that, of course he's putting on good matches. AEW puts on good matches regardless. But we're at a point here where Cody didn't have anything else to do. And I personally feel like we're never going to get to know the real reason why he left. My speculation is that Tony saw the writing on the wall the same way that I believe I do. That the only way we're going to get Cody to change his character from where he was to become a heel. Or at least more intense. And in AEW, you can get away with being a heel while acting a lot like a face. Sort of like what Hangman Page is doing right now. Like, you could be a psychotic heel and don't really feel totally heelish through the whole thing. But do the little things to make yourself... I think that might have kept him going at that point. But if he didn't want to do something like that, I don't blame him for leaving. There was nothing else he could do there right now. And you can tell where he's at right now. He is... I think undoubtedly he is the most popular wrestler in the world right now. I know Roman is like the champion and whatnot, but the fact that Cody's so well known and so well liked, and he's on everything all the time, from TV to magazines to interviews to, and he's always out in the public everywhere. Get to me, it shows Cody's more about himself than the business. It's definitely working out for him. Just rubs you the wrong way. I get that too. Of course, Anthony gives it because he's the gay one of the bunch, right? All right. This is where we're going to start having the arguments here. All right. 12-man disaster coming up on Friday here. I'm sorry, there's a reason why they don't do tag team Survivor Series matches after the first one. It's because nobody could see the... So they've really done a focus here at AEW on not having seconds out at ringside outside the manager. I actually appreciate this quite a bit. And Stokely getting convinced to be a manager. Then, of course, Skye Blue. What? Skye and Julia, just such a transformation between both of these here. And again, no manager's license, not at ringside. Ha! Oh, God. All right, shots are being fired. Taz talking about a copyright of an orange shirt. Maybe copyrighted Halloween too. Who knows? It is nice to get a little change in momentum here from what we've normally seen throughout Wednesdays here. With basically the last, 3 weeks, we've seen Deonna and Toni in some form or fashion here, whether it's on commentary or in a match. Now we're moving over to this one. And now even Collision now apparently is getting two matches a night at times here. And it's been a little more consistent basis, so I'm looking forward to that. And the fact that 2 hours they can pump out extra matches like that. Willow getting a little extra violent here. And really with Skye Blue, I don't blame her. Skye just said, nope, not doing the 4-quarter spot, thank you. I did get quite a kick out of Skye Blue in one of her comments. Oh, God. Wow, did Blue fly there? That was pretty awesome. The timing on that was excellent. Because if you want that move to work properly, you got to jump at the exact right time. And I think what's the proper move? The way they call it? They call it pounce. Period. Shout out to Monty Brown once again. And yes, I know Keith Lee does it as well, but at the same time, I'm assuming that it probably started in Japan somewhere, just because everything seems to start in Japan before it comes over to North America. But it'll be interesting to see who Julia's next opponent's going to be for the TBS Championship. I'm assuming it's either going to be Willow or a Statlander again, but so much of a dynamic there. Plus, also, you got to factor in that ROH TV tournament that's starting tomorrow. What commercial? Oh, we're getting commercials right now myself, so. I did pop though this. Speaking of commercials, by the way, just an off topic here. I actually stopped in at Walmart last night and I couldn't believe I actually got to see the LA Knight. Oh, we get a picture-in-picture, but we get different commercials than you, Vic, up here in Canada with TSN. Because right now I'm getting Bell cell phones, which is the Canadian version of Sprint, probably. So I'd love to follow up on your fellow commercials, but they'll usually do a opening and closing commercial. Matching up with the TSM Plus package, so we could get Rampage and Collision. Which once my next bill comes up, I'm gonna go pick up and purchase. But yeah, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it legally, so that solves that issue there. But yeah, you guys don't get Tim Hortons commercials like we do, and I get to sit at donuts that I want to go buy right now, but I am trying to work on my my lovely figure a little bit. Because as much as, looking like a donut's great, sometimes got to work on the pins to make sure that they're running properly. Hard to notice any commercials during this match. I hear you, Vic. One of the funniest comments I've heard this year so far, period, is Skye Blue always talking about nobody recognizes her with pants on. So if she wears pants in public, nobody actually recognizes who she is. And I do remember when they were in Edmonton here, she did what a lot of people didn't recognize her at the meet and greets. Sammy and Hardy, okay. Amanada's getting a ton of matches. Whoa! FTR BCC next week? All right, I know that a lot of people are excited about... Okay, well, hold on here. What the... All right, this whole heel-face dynamic that we got going on here is all over the place. Like, we're talking about this heel turn that Hangman's on. Yet he's teaming up with Hook and RVD. And Swerve, who's supposed to be turning face, is teaming up with Joe. And probably the guy that's going to carry the match the most is Brian Cage, who's not even included in all that. Willow gets run over again. Or runs over Blue again. Stokely trying to get in with commentary and Taz and Excalibur having nothing to do with it here. Chicken and nose. We'll let the sponsorship. Brian Cage still my unofficial favorite wrestler. Do that Streets of Rage gear? Absolutely. That's why another reason why I think he's going to carry that match. Oh, here comes the cold blue. Ha! So a face manager... Stokely's essentially a heel manager. Oh, that's great, Stokely. So look, that little kid in the front row is one of the smartest people I know right now. Like, there are enough... You notice his sign there is like, Willow, will you be my Valentine? He actually has like a whole bunch of little slips underneath him there. So he can take one off and put one on every time. It is hilarious. All right, as we're going into our last full commercial break, I do believe. Before we go into, I'm gonna throw out some ads here, so we don't have to worry about ads during the main event here. But I'm gonna throw my own personal ad up here for anybody that just popped in here. Just a reminder: starting after AEW Revolution, we're gonna be here every Wednesday and Saturday with AEW Collision and AEW Dynamite. And then immediately following that, we are going to get into the WWE 2K24 GM mode. Of course, the first night of Dynamite, we're not going to be able to do that because it released on the 8th, but you know what I mean. We're going to get into that. We'll be playing it after. We could talk a little wrestling, as well as we'll set up our card, and then we can spend the next couple hours discussing the world of wrestling, having a lot of fun, relaxing, and just see if still going to come up with a funny name for that yet, but we're going to get there with that, but we'll see. But yeah, for those non-subscribed, we're going to throw a minute and a half of commercials up here, just so we don't have to deal with ads during the main event here. So, but with those with Turbo or else are subscribing, we're still hanging around here together. Always great. Just to let you guys know, to add things up here, we are tomorrow. I do plan on being on earlier than usual, thanks to the Xbox press conference. If I could get up early enough and get on here, I want to get in the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I want to get back to that earlier rather than later, so that we can get into that story. I want to try to see if I get that story done by the end of February, so we can basically start brand new in March, because we got a ton of games lined up here. The goal is, on top of the 2 sidecasts that we're going to be doing, is we're also planning on Tears of the Kingdom on Mondays, and MLB The Show's the end goal, but we'll probably do some FIFA before we get going, or maybe even try some Madden. Now, maybe it's just me. I'll wait till the ad breaks over to ask the full question, but this match here should be fun, but it's also confusing as all heck to me. All right, ads are done. We're back here. Just wanted to ask the chat, just like me here. I was saying during the commercials here that I was wondering, like, Orange Cassidy isn't the most likely candidate to have a death match. Is it just me, or just... Yeah, I understand AEW matches don't make a lot of sense, but is this just a death match for say we're going to have a death match? Is this just a death match to have an excuse to bring out the Undisputed Kingdom? Yes, fuck it. Let's go. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's one thing that I do love about AEW. As much as we have these solid bookings all over the place with storylines, I do like the fact that just sometimes they'll just put 2 guys in a match and say, go. And I'm expecting that the Undisputed Kingdom are going to be throwing a gauntlet here for the next 2 weeks, all the way up to the pay-per-view. Now Chuck's out. Rocky's out. Trent's the only one left. Oh, geez. Okay. All right. I like this. I like this one point here. It's a very small point in a match that we don't see anymore. We don't see enough of anymore. When you're having a death match or you're having a big feud, why are you going to lock up with the other guy? You're going to go in there and beat the living hell out of the guy. And I will say Matt Taven is one of my personal heroes here when it comes to the local indie scene. Because One time I was doing a show in Calgary, and I was recording the video, and I was trying to... I don't do commentary live when I'm recording video because I'm usually on the mobile cam. But there was this one local podcaster / video guy. His biggest claim to fame was the fact that he got to work with Bill Apter for a little while. And this is Bill Apter past his prime kind of thing. But he ended up calling Matt Taven's finishing move the 1%er, a.k.a. the name that EC3 used for it at Impact, instead of the climax, is what Taven calls it. Taven ends the cheers and completely rips apart this guy for a good 3 minutes on the mic, talking about how he's ruining the view of everybody. And if he's going to ruin the view, at least call my name right. Or my moves right, you know what I mean. And to this day, I don't know if I've had a bigger smile on my face while recording video. I got to see where I find that video on my drive here. I got to get these. There's a bunch of videos I haven't put up yet. A little bit of agility from Orange. Oh, here comes our obligatory crowd brawling. Or how much crowd brawling are we going to get? All right, here we go. Picture in picture once again. And that's actually a perfect time to go into the crowd for crowd brawling, is during a picture-in-picture segment. Because let's face it, you're not going to hit any death-defying moves unless you're Sting, right? And if, like, Sting's going to dive off a cage, what... We should almost put a bet on the over-under on how many different things Sting's going to dive off in his final match. I'd almost say he's going to do 3 or 4. But yeah, I do expect the Undisputed Kingdom to show up here either for helping Taven win, or else end up Cassidy will win and then they'll attack right after the bell, because the only person left is Trent, I do believe, out of the whole faction, right? So he's going at it alone for the last 2 weeks. Sorry, I just had to quickly check something on my phone there. My apologies. But, oh, we're getting the tables out now? Okay. Why do I feel somebody's going to dive off high somewhere? Makes perfect justification when Roddy wins? Absolutely. What I think's going to happen, and I know we're going to be doing like a Revolution preview show like we do for most of our other shows, the other pay-per-views. And I do believe Beercade's sponsoring us again. That was the last time I talked to them. They still were. If that's the case, we won't have a sidecast here. We'll be watching it live at Beercade. I'll let you guys know. Probably next week, we'll get everything lined up and confirmed on that. So, love to work a pre-show with it. Hey, you know what? We'll hook it up. I'll have to find a good time and we'll be able to do it. And the only problem I have with AEW pre-shows is the fact they don't announce their card until like the very last second. So we do one up and then all of a sudden, boom. Yeah, we'll definitely hook it up here. And just a reminder once again, and I throw this out since we got a bunch of people in the chat here. If anybody wants to join me on the sidecast, like actual camera on camera, Once we get everything set up with the two shows here, I am actually have a slide available where we're going to be able to do picture in picture with both of us here. So and you're going to be able to do it on your stream as well if at all you want to do that on your end as well. The stream together function through Twitch is an absolute darling of a function. So feel free to message me if you guys are at all interested. I know Zodiac, you said you were interested. I do have, for anybody that's asking, I've already lined up a special guest for the Big Business show. So we are going to have a guest on for that. That poor table's already cracked before. Which means they pre-cut it when they shouldn't have. And the running knee. It's Brock table, yeah. I don't know if that word's allowed to be used anymore in wrestling. Because, yeah, I'm really interested to see what 2K24 is going to do with their showcase mode. Because probably the biggest match that they have, the biggest matches they have for WrestleMania 30, they're not going to be able to put up either one of them. Because the two biggest matches are the streak ending. And then also Danielson win the title. And apparently Brock's been scrubbed from the game completely. And the hell is Taven doing now? Oh, he avoided the table. Attaboy. He knew he wasn't going to go through, so he dodged it, right? Is that how that works? Oh no, David's going through that table. Oh! Oh! Oh, that sucked! Oh, that sucked! You ever want to dome yourself on a table? Wow. That's getting a close-up view of it, that's for sure. Tentatively to do that. David gets up at 9.5. OC from Chuck E. T. What's inside? What's inside? That's what matters. What's inside? That is funny. Heart-shaped thumbtacks? No way. Okay, this is gonna suck in 16 different ways here. Ow. I'm sorry, when you don't get to control your flight down. Ah! They missed it for the most part, but they didn't need. Oh, God. Ah! This is nuts. Start counting, you. All right, they're going to use the AEW chat. I'm going to use the ECW chat. Almost hits the referee with a chain. Oh, that's a... Taven's cool. He gave my son a piece of a wooden table he signed after an ECPW show. Yeah. And yeah, Zodiac, that's exactly what I meant. I was wondering how long it would take for this to happen. Like, does Okada come out and help or what? Chuck E. T's bringing out the box of flowers with the barb. Don't use that phrase, Taz. Not today. Climax into the chair. Beach break into the chair, into the thumbtacks, into the... Oh, my goodness. So is Orange going to be in his... Okay. That's just on instinct. He calls himself Matt Taven. He's done. Oh, and here comes Roddy. All right. So Trent's out, but he knocked Trent out, but Orange won the match. And now here comes Roddy to go after. And now he's just taking care of... Roddy, shouldn't you be going after Orange at this point? Great finish, but confusing finish. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the finish. The fact that you pull the chain out. But it's like, Roddy, why aren't you hit Trent? Why didn't you go after Orange? Unless what was supposed to happen is Trent comes in and takes the bullet, which I could see happening here in this case. And if that's the case, then bravo. Great job. But I don't know. It looked weird. Still got the great finish. Still got the shock moments. We didn't need to see the, Zodiac, I think you pretty much summed up perfectly how I feel about some of those spots in that match right there. All in all, once again, another solid show. A lot of progression towards the pay-per-view. We got a new match announced with Takeshita and Ospreay. So we're going to get Will Ospreay's official AEW first match as an AEW wrestler coming up against Takeshita. And I got a feeling at that point it's going to be... Ospreay's going to be like, to hell with you, Callis. I'm on my own. Which might even set up a match with Ospreay and Fletcher. But we could talk about that another time here. But yeah, all in all, just an absolutely great time. Good show tonight. Good momentum carrying forward. And I don't. Dax and Moxley were getting FTR and BCC next week, which is going to be absolutely great. The Jacksons in Top Flight, okay. It's progressing the story the way it needs to. The Martins worked out well. I know we're not the biggest fans of the story, but it seems like it's being explained a lot slower than the actual pacing of the storyline. I think that's the best way to put it. Like, we already know that's been there. And then, yeah, Garcia Copeland was an absolute banger. But it looks like Copeland's going to be out for the better part of a while. And it looks like we're probably going to end up getting Garcia and Christian Cage at the pay-per-view. Makes the most sense to me, at least. The only thing that confuses me is the fact that they said Copeland walked out under his own power. So maybe they include him at the pay-per-view. I would want to see Copeland's hurt. Well, they said he walked out under his own power and was talking to doctors. So I don't know. No. It was the kayfabe injury for the concerto. That's what I'm talking about here, Zodiac. It's not as far as I know, it's not a legit injury. So that's what they were hyping up there at that point. But yeah, and then Willow and Skye, always great to see them on the show. Yeah, and that great show. Got 2 more Dynamites to go until the pay-per-view. So we're going to have to start booking things into a little higher gear here, even starting on Saturday. Well, they don't even have a show Saturday this week. They only got Rampage, which is being taped tonight. Then they get a full week off thanks to the NBA All-Star game. So we're not going to see any more AEW wrestling except for the hour of Rampage until next Wednesday. So we're really going to have to get gear and see what Revolution is going to be coming up with. But that's something we can discuss next week. So